All right, we're back with another interesting segment of what is going on in today's metagame. I will say that there's a lot of interesting things that I've kind of caught note of these past couple of days, but that will come in the video here. So guys, there is an ARG this weekend in Indianapolis. If you guys want to come out, it's going to be located in Indianapolis. This is my shameless self-plug for ARG. If you guys are going to be out in the area, you're going to come hang. It's in Indianapolis for those of you that aren't in the Midwest or even know what Indy is, but there you go. So let's dig on into this discussion of what the heck is happening in Yu-Gi-Oh! This week. I've been enjoying doing this segment every week because we get to kind of see what the fuck's going on in the metagame. So we're continuing our domination with Orcust kind of going in everything, and it shouldn't really shock you guys at this point that, yeah, Orcust as an engine is just continuing to evolve conceptually with the metagame. Now, what does that mean for the player base? Well, means that you can pretty much play anything with Orcust at this point. And this was particularly interesting to me because we saw a Cyber Dragon Orcust list come out of nowhere this weekend. I'm going to cover the list later in the week for you guys as well, because I found this absolutely interesting. This is the first real chance that we got to see Cyber Dragons and Orcust kind of work together. Now, on the topic of Cyber Dragons at this point in time, a lot of people have been having success with Cyber Dragons, and you're probably like, oh, they're back? Like, oh, what happened? Robbie, you said Cyber Dragons were dead after Summon Sorceress, you fat piece of shit. You don't know what you're talking about anymore. Discredited. Alright, so originally, when we were talking about Cyber Dragons, we're kind of like, okay, so the deck kind of started going to the wayside a little bit. The metagame started to not really warrant them. And then we're back in a position right now that it's like, Special Summon Cyber Dragon, slurp up a monster in the extra deck zone, you get the chance to play the game again. Really weird concept that now slurping up something from the opponent's field now becomes relevant yet again. Now, taking that information and combining it with the knowledge that we have of Cyber Dragon or Orcust at this point in time, you kind of see that you have this deck that operates on the same principle of you can slurp anything. You get the ability to literally special summon, slurp up one monster, and then do your combo with another monster, which, hello? Like, you already get to preoccupy your monster zone and then just warp out into something else. And you've got onboard machine synergy between everything that Orcust really wants, everything else. I mean, okay, Chimera Tech is a dark, so I mean, there's that. So I mean, it's not like you're not going to be able to contact fuse out with something. And I mean, hey, special summon a free Cyber Dragon, slurp up your opponent's Dingrisus. Don't mind if I do. I mean, your opponent can't do anything about it. So Cyber Dragon's gaining a lot more validity at this point, and it's pretty interesting. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, to see that we've gotten to this point this week that Cyber Dragons are the deck that is running around causing a giant stink, yeah. I mean, a lot of people might see it as a bad thing, like, oh, I don't want to deal with Cyber Dragons anymore. And I get you. I do. I understand just the threat of that. I mean, they have a really good Sky Striker matchup. They overall just have a really good matchup against everything except for, like, True Draco. But, I mean, do we really give two shits about True Draco at this point? So that's the big thing there. Now, continuing on along with trends, we've got Sky Striker Mystic Mind is still doing things. This shouldn't really shock you guys either. That seems to be the theme of these videos lately. It shouldn't shock you anymore, right? Like, we've played this so far. We're going into a YCS here very soon. We're going to see more concrete results coming out of the event, but my big thing at this point is you do realize that Sky Striker Mystic Mind is going to probably be the most represented deck at the event. Players are going to continue to try to evolve this concept, which, I mean, I don't know what more evolutions you've got. And then, you know what your best deck is. You know what you have to counteract. So we're still beating that down as the best concept. Now, I've kind of noticed that there have been a few Thunder Dragon list. And by few, I mean I think I've seen 3 to maybe 4 that have been having success, and it's because they're playing the Chaos Armageddon Dragon. Now, I don't want to spook the concept of anybody here and go, you got to go buy a fucking Chaos Emperor Armageddon Dragon in order to play the deck. No, it's not the point in this conversation. It's become obvious that at this point that players that are playing Thunder have gone to the lengths of playing Armageddon in the deck now, because your ceiling raises a decent amount, because you now have recursion on the dragon. You get the ability to summon the dragon from your extra deck for more combos, and it's the multi-purposing aspects of the card that kind of make it much more appealing. Now, I know the price is ridiculous and most players aren't going to be able to afford this, but if you're planning on playing an event in the near future here, this is the current iteration that Thunder Dragons are heading towards. You know, we're still doing the whole Agripane shenanigans, but Chaos Emperor Dragon is starting to find his way into the deck as a one-of, which is basically allowing the ceiling to raise. And now you've got these extender combos that are being granted to the deck because of this, which, fuck it. I mean, more crazy shenanigans that you can do. I welcome it. I really actually do. So that's kind of where Thunder is going at the moment, at least in this week's trends. Now, I wanted to point out that Mystic Mine kind of is, it's Mystic Mine Burn. I don't know what's going on, guys, but the deck, I don't know where it went. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen the deck. I think it got 13th place at Chile this past weekend, but I haven't heard a lot of reports. Players, I mean, I think we get one a week out of like 4 events that will make like top 16. And I'm not going to tell you not to side for the deck, because that's complete ignorance. All right, you're just doing yourself. No, don't not side for the deck. Always be prepared for it. But at this point, I think the fear of the deck and the format has definitely gone down. I mean, we had the surge of True Draco 2 weeks ago that I think just made people not want to play the deck. They were so angry. Like, True Draco just mollywops that combo, and it's pretty cute, because, you know, you had this resurgence of True Draco when everyone was like, oh, I'm going to play Mystic Mine Burn now, and then all the Mystic Mine players just ran away. Now, we could see a resurgence of Mystic Mine, especially going into the WCQ. I definitely feel that that's going to be the event that players are going to just be like the most absolute scum. I haven't heard my standard lollygagging crew of people go, oh, I'm just going to WCQ to ruin people's days. Like, I'm going to play Mystic Burn. I haven't heard from that group of people yet, all right? Probably as we get closer to the event, we'll start to see them show up in larger groves and just trying to do whatever that they can do to make nationals not as fun, or to try to get as many wins as they can, because this is the same crew of people out there that do this shit to definitely just enjoy themselves. So yeah, Mystic Mine Burn representation down. Speaking of True Draco representation is still kind of floating around, actually. The deck is still doing things. I think we just had a list top this past weekend. I was actually playing Lose One Turn, and I was like, that's a bit sketch. I mean, I understand it probably worked for his event, but that's not something that I myself would want to head towards. Does that make sense? Like, if it works for one event, I think the general consensus among players is like, that particular trend might not stick for other players. So that was kind of something interesting. I'm still not a super huge fan of that myself. But hey, whatever. Lastly, Pendulum Magicians have kind of taken a back seat. Now, this deck has so many good combos going for it, and I'm kind of just shocked at this point. Like, where did Pendulum representation go? I don't think I've seen it recently at all. I know it's topping, like we know it is. It's just, have we just been so burnt out on the concept that we're no longer talking about it? Because I could see that being a thing at this point. So the TLDR in this video, Magician representation's down. Mystic Mine representation seems to be down for Burn. It's still everywhere else in the main deck, some sort of form. Sky Striker, still the best deck in the format. Orcust continuing to evolve. Cyber Dragons are an interesting counter pick that you can kind of pick up and mold to your own perfection in this format, and have success with. Absolutely, because when you Widow Anchor your opponent's monster, and they still are able to contact views with that, and people don't seem to understand that, but that's it for another day. So that's it for this discussion, guys. Please comment down below, tell me what you guys think. Some rather interesting stuff going on in today's metagame, but leave that for another day. Alright guys, I'm out. Peace. The ride never, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out VanCole40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.